Hey everybody, welcome to Keyboard Skills Pro here on YouTube. My name's Tom and I'm a professional musician here in the UK, and it's my pleasure today to bring you a little tutorial for organ and keyboard players. We're sitting at the piano. Why is that? Well, we're going to show you how to transfer some of your organ and keyboard playing styles over to the piano. Many times when I speak to hobby players who play organ and keyboard, maybe they haven't played piano for a long time or perhaps don't come from a piano background, one of the things I always hear is they say, Tom, on the keyboard or the organ I can play Misty sounding like this, but when I come back to the piano I start sounding like this. And it doesn't sound so good as it does on the organ. Well, that's because the way you play the organ is a bit different to how you play the piano. I'm going to show you 4 styles now on a popular jazz standard. This is Misty, written by Errol Garner, and it's a popular song for organ and keyboard players. Very nice sounds there coming from Misty. So how do we go about making this sound a bit more interesting on the piano? Well, this is piano style number 1. And the first piano style is just simply play your organ chords in the middle of the keyboard. Now to do this, we have to play them where we would find the middle C. So in the middle of the piano there's 88 keys, and the middle of all the C notes is middle C. Now that is where we play our chords on the organ. And you can see there the chords sound really nice, a bit higher, they're a little, okay, a bit thin, an octave lower look. And that's what a lot of pianists end up doing who come to the piano from the organ. They put their left hand down here, particularly keyboard players, because of course on a keyboard we do actually play below middle C, don't we? So the first thing to do is to place your left hand chords, the ones you play on the organ are fine, on middle C. Now, sometimes your melody might run into your left hand. So if that happens, just simply play 1 octave higher. But to start with, let's play Misty. We'll play the first verse, and my version's in G major. Whatever version you play in is fine. We're using just the chord symbols, and it sounds a little bit like this. There we go. Now that sounds a little bit like a jazz piano player, just starting off with some light chords. Notice how I'm lifting the chord each time and replaying the next chord. So do that for the first verse. That's holding down your chords, playing each one, and if you're running into the chords on your left hand, just simply stop playing the chord or move your melody up an octave. Now for the second part of the song, we're going to use the lower notes on the piano to create the organ style bass sound. Now notice when I play the bass notes, we get a lovely rich tone. But then I've got to bring my hand up all the way from the bottom. I can play 1 octave down for my chords, I can play 2 octaves down, it doesn't matter. But I've got to now play all the way up here, and look what happens, look, the bass note stops. That's because inside the piano, the dampers, the pieces of felt, are touching the strings and stopping them vibrating. So for this, we need to use our sustain pedal. Now, if you haven't got a pedal on your piano, it's a digital piano that is, you'll need to get one. Now, if you've got a digital piano, you might have 2 or 3 pedals. Acoustic traditional pianos have 2 or 3 pedals. It's always the pedal to the right. Push that down with your right foot, and then push down the bass note, and then go up to the chord. And you can hear there, it all plays beautifully together. So what we're going to do is, we're going to play the bass note on the first beat of the bar with the pedal. So you push the pedal down as you push those 2 notes. Pedal, and then just come up and play the chord. So for D minor, play a D. Now, because we've got a new chord, we have to have a new pedal every time. So I lift up the pedal, push it down, chord, and there you go. I'm playing on the first beat, and then bringing the chord in on the second beat. Okay, C minor and 2, F, new pedal. There you go, and we've got a little rhythm, you see. Now all you've got to search for is your bass note, D, and then just go to D7. And doesn't that pedal make a lovely sound? So let's quickly recap there what we've done so far. We've done the first verse with piano style number 1, which is simply holding the chords down. Play the chords you know. Run out of notes, go up an octave. And then put the pedal down. And every time you see a chord symbol, that tells you two things. One, the bass note at the bottom of the piano to press, then the chord that follows it. So if it's D minor, play a D bass. If it's G7, play a G bass, just like you would on the organ. Hold the pedal down on the first beat, 1, 2. Carry on. So I've got two chords now, 1 and 2, and third beat I'll re-pedal, 3. There we go, very nice. Now we then come to the middle part. So this is style number 3. This is what I call vamping. Vamping is where the pianists do this. That would be if they were playing perhaps in a band or as part of a rhythm section. But we can do that on the piano. Now if you have a listen to any of Errol Garner's recordings, he would do this. And then sometimes, instead of doing the stride piano, he would do this. So that left hand look. So that's called vamping. I call it chugging, chug like a train chugging. So what we do is we come to our end of our second section with our pedals, and then lead in, and then just chug the chords forward of the bar. Keep them nice and short, but keep them nice and strict. And you hear a rhythm section up. All those notes we're not playing. Okay. Just playing my chords, look, from the organ. Okay, so that's really nice, isn't it? And what we'll do at the end, we'll play the whole arrangement so you can hear it. Here's number 4, folks, the last style, and this is adding chords to the right-hand melody. Now, what we can do with this one is we can use our left hand to play some really low bass notes. By the way, if you can stretch, bass notes can also be played in octaves. You play 2 at the same time, look. If you can't reach that, just stick to 1 note. Now, if I'm going to play the melody with chords, I've got to be able to add some additional notes to my chords down here. So how does that work? Well, let's say we were playing along, opening up the final refrain of this beautiful song. Now that F sharp above it in my score, I've got a G major version here. So if it's in G major, we'll obviously play a G chord. Now what I want to do is I want to below that F sharp as I come down, and then I want to fill in the chord like that. So, okay, so I'm using the pedal look to sustain, F sharp on the highest finger, and then beneath it I play the notes of a G chord, look. And the pedal is holding everything down. So the next chord is D minor. So the F is found, look, in a D minor chord. So that's the melody, so that's gone, so that's at the top. And then beneath that we're going to put a D and we're going to put an A. Those are the notes of a D minor chord. But this is a different inversion. It lets the melody be heard and the harmony of D minor. There we go, look. Now G chord, I could put G, B, D here, look, and I'm just playing it on the first note. There you go, look, there's a C chord. And every time we have a new chord, so C minor, look, I've got to play. Now the thing is, you don't have to play all the notes. I can just play from C minor. I could just play E flat and G, The D's at the top, look, the C's in the bass, so I don't actually need to put it here or here because that would be doubling up unnecessarily. F major, there we go, look. G, and we're just playing the chord, look. As soon as we played it, let go because the pedal. A minor, D7, look. There's the notes of D7, F sharp at the top, and finish with some chords. Very nice, and that's how you can transfer some of your organ and keyboard playing styles. Now, all of that I've placed in a lesson PDF for you. That's a bonus PDF that is provided for the use with this video. So if you want to get that, you just have to subscribe to patron.com, and the links are all in the description below. Go to patron.com and you'll find my Patreon page. And Patreon's where you guys can support my production of these videos with a small little monthly contribution. If you enjoy the videos, I'm giving you my professional knowledge and years of experience for free here on YouTube. We don't charge to show you the videos, but if you feel like you've had a great lesson and you'd like to subscribe, please visit patreon.com, and you can also download your free PDF from there. In the meantime, I'll say take out some of your books from your music cabinet, get out some of those easy songs with just, you know, maybe a handful of chords in, and have a go at playing on the piano those nice easy songs. There we go, look. Just like on the horn, pedal, chord, you know. Little rhythm makes a really nice sound. Thanks ever so much for watching, folks. Once again, thank you, and do please hit subscribe, and lots of other videos here on the channel. If you want to comment, please do so, share the videos around, and I'll say have some great fun on the piano, and we shall catch up soon with some more music lessons. Thanks so much for watching Keyboard Skills Pro. My name's Tom. Have a great day. Thanks.